double of everything. I know. I know. I know. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to be discussing, guys, you know, surviving toddler twins, the things that they will not tell you, that they have not told you guys. So I'm hoping you enjoyed this video. If you are new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if that is something that you're interested in. I'm going to be doing a series of videos on just things that I wish I would have known, helpful things as far as even at the infant stage, at the toddler stage, which is the stage that we currently are at. So if you do not know, I have twin boys, and they are going to be 2 in 1 month. So we are in the midst of everything, guys. So everything is still fresh on my mind from the infant stage as well as now. So again, if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned. If you are not new, or even if you are new, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, guys. Go ahead and leave a comment below. I'm also going to be having a separate, I guess, like mini session with my fiance Justin, who is going to be just kind of giving the man version of some things that he wish he would have known. If you know Justin, you know he's not a huge talker, so that's why I said it's going to be a mini session, guys. It's not going to be like completely drawn out. Right now I have 10 tips that I am going to be saying, but however, please keep in mind that these tips are not in order, so there's no like rhyme or reason as to like why I'm saying like this and that. So anyways, guys, just stay tuned. So guys, the first tip, the first thing that you are going to experience is comparisons, guys. One of the things that we notice with having twins is that people compare them all the time. Compare everything, even when it comes to the way they look, the way they're dressing, personalities, their learning development, motor skills, all of that. So just kind of understand that people are going to compare them, and just understand that you as the parent, mom or dad, that you need to be the foundation to not compare them. That was definitely something that I struggled with in the beginning, is that I'm looking at one of my babies excelling in this one thing, and then the other one is just kind of not excelling as quickly as the other one. So that was something that I kind of had to like take a step back and realize, like, hey, I can't compare them. Like, if anybody is not going to compare them, it should definitely not be their mom and dad. So just kind of understand that that's something that people are going to do, but you need to be the foundation to make sure that they can operate in their true self without having to feel like that they are not excelling in something. And guys, I wrote all this stuff down because I wanted to make sure that I did not forget anything. Number 2, the second thing that I find to be very, very helpful is a structured schedule. For us, even at the infant stage, we had a structured schedule. So what I mean by structured schedule is structured nap times, structured meal times, structured naps, structure. You know, at this stage, your kids, your babies, your toddlers, your twins or multiples, they need some structure in their lives. So you want to ensure that you as the parent, that you are providing that. And also, this is going to make it easier on you, especially when you are dealing with 2 or 3, 4 or however many kids. It makes it so much easier on you because now you have a set time that your kids are going to be doing nap time. You have a set time that you're going to be doing meals. Please know that obviously with toddlers, like, you can't force them to take a nap, but our boys know, like, okay, 12 o'clock you are going to be taking a nap. So we take them upstairs and we let that be like quiet time, wind down time. And I actually mirror their nap time to what they're going through right now at school. So I asked the daycare, like, hey, like, what time is your guys' naps? Like, what time are you guys eating? So that way on the weekends when we have the boys, that we're making sure that their schedule is mirroring what they're doing at school during the week, which makes it 100% easier, guys. So number 3, which I feel like is going to be a highly contested tip, and that is double of everything. I know. So guys, so what I mean by double of everything is that when you are at the toddler stage, and I'm just speaking for toddler stage, they are only, like I said, our boys are not even 2 yet, so they don't understand the concept of sharing, right? And so oftentimes you'll have one child that sees one of the children playing with a toy, and now guess what? they want the toy. So for us, we do try to have 2 of certain toys. Now obviously if you're having like a big ticket item and it's expensive, like no, like you don't want to sit here and buy, you know, a $500, you know, car, you know, twice. But I will say, like, for the toys that are a lot smaller and things like that, we do try to have 2 of those toys just because it makes it easier for us. Obviously you have to kind of figure out how your children are when it comes to sharing and things like that, and then you can kind of mold that around what works for your family. But for our family, for right now, at the stage that we are currently in, we do 2 of everything, y'all. So double everything in the Hairston household. 4, temper tantrums. Oh my gosh, if you didn't know, it's gonna happen, guys. You're gonna have temper tantrums. It's like no way to avoid it. Like, it's just gonna happen. For us, you know, temper tantrums are fine, right? Like, they're gonna happen. There's no way to avoid it. Grasp it, retain it, understand that it's just a part of being a parent. However, I noticed that, you know, our children take discipline differently but from each other. So, you know, one child I can set aside and say, hey, you need to calm down. Another child I may need to take to another room. We may have to do timeout. We may have to take a toy away, you know. So temper tantrums are going to happen. Don't feel like you are any less of a good parent because your child is creating a storm around you. You know, your child's like having a temper tantrum in the middle of the store. You know, there's been a time where, you know, one of my boys had a temper tantrum and I literally let him just fall out flat, get it out of his system. He literally got up, came over to me, gave me a hug. That's just what happened. So yeah, so just kind of keep that in mind. Number 5. So guys, we are actually in the midst of potty training, right? And I will definitely say that one of the tips that I wish that I would have been told is that every child is different and every child potty trains at their own speed. Like, every child operates at their own speed. So for me, of course, I'm looking at some of my friends and I'm like, well, their babies already, or their toddlers already potty trained. So this goes back to comparisons. Like, don't do the comparisons. Some children are not potty trained until 3, some not even until 3.5, some 4. So you kind of have to go off of what works for your child. So for us, we have the little you know, potty training toilets, but we are not forcing our children to do it because we know that they're going to do it on their own time and when they are ready. So really keep that in mind, because again, that does go back to the comparison. Meals. So I don't know about you, but one of the things that we have recognized and we have realized is that one day I can make this grand meal and the kids love it, like absolutely love it. The next day, they don't want anything to do with it. So just understand that toddlers are, you know, they can be picky, and that's totally common. They are going to eat what they're going to eat, and so I always give options. That is very, very key at this stage, is to give options. Toddlers like to feel like they have some sort of control, so we love to give options on their plate. I always put at least 3 or 4 different things on their plate for them to be able to eat. And of course, I do not bombard their plate, because for toddlers, it's overwhelming when, you know, their plate is just full with food. You do want to have some blank space in between the, you know, on your plate. You want to have some way for your toddler to look at the plate and be able to distinguish, okay, this is an actual, you know, portion of the meal itself. This is a little portion of the meal itself, instead of it all being scattered together, because it just becomes overwhelming. And I noticed that they just don't, their minds can't grasp that, and they're not going to eat. So I always do small portions, and our boys know sign language thanks to the daycare, so they know a lot of the basic signs of sign language, so they'll let us know when they want more. And so when they want more, they'll tell me exactly what they want more of, and then I can provide it. So just understand that. Definitely give options. Understand that you may cook this gourmet, you know, feast one day and they love it, and then the next day they don't want anything to do with it. Completely normal. 7, guys, always speak positivity. Always. All about positive affirmations. You know, I would definitely say that, like, for us, you know, in the morning, when the boys, like, first thing they get up, I said, like, good morning. You know, when they get dressed, I'm like, you are so handsome, you are so handsome. When they get in the car, we say how smart you are, because at the end of the day, we're our children's biggest cheerleader, right? So, you know, you always want to speak positivity because your children are picking up on that. And I noticed that when I'm upset about something, or if I'm disciplining a child or getting onto a child, they pick up that energy. So I always want to make sure that I am speaking positivity to my children, because I want them to be their best selves. And I really have noticed a true difference in that. Of course, people may think different things, but for us, I think it's very, very, very crucial step that we're going through right now. And I really do think that it's currently helping what we're going through as far as like temper tantrums. Number 8, let them help you. Like, guys, our boys are so helpful, and honestly, they just really want to be a part of what we're doing. So like, I've noticed that they've taken a huge like interest in you know, sweeping and cleaning up messes. So we let them do that. We let them help. I let them help us with the groceries. I mean, putting the dishes up. I let them help them, you know, put the dishes up. Of course, I take away, like, you know, the knives and things like that, but they love it. I let them help do that. I let them help take the laundry out of the dryer, put the laundry in the dryer. I mean, they definitely want to help. And so you want to make sure that you're allowing your children to do that. Let them help you, because at the end of the day, one day they may not want to. So I definitely really think that that helps us, because they, again, just want to be involved in everything we do. So I'm like, if it's easier on me anyway, because I don't have to bend down because you're handing me the dishes. So hey, it works for everybody. So number 9, guys, so this one is definitely a one that we're actively going through right now, and that is sharing parents. So we have one boy that favors me as mama and only wants me, and then I have one boy that only wants Justin, guys. And the boy that only wants me, sometimes, you know, my other son who always wants Justin, he wants me, right? He wants mama to cuddle with him. He wants mama to kiss his falls, kiss his boo-boos, and just, you know, be there for him and be that motherly, caring, loving figure. But then my son, who always wants me, he doesn't like that. So we're currently going through the, you know, phase of our kids not wanting to share us, like not wanting to share me, and even not wanting to share Justin, because it's been the same, but, you know, outside it. So I always try, you know, I don't want my son to ever feel like, hey, you know, you always are holding, you know, my brother and you're never holding me. So I will set one of the boys aside while I'm loving on the other one, because I want him to know and be reassured that I'm always here, you know, no matter what. So just know that that's a really big thing that we're going through. And hopefully, you know, we get through that soon. But it is, you know, it's definitely something that like pulls at my heartstrings, because I never want neither one of my sons to feel like I'm slacking or that I'm not providing the love and attention that they need. So yeah, so just know that that may be something that you experience when you become a parent to toddlers, you know, regardless if that's twins, you know, regardless if you have, you know, multiples, or even if you just have children of different ages but they're close in age. It's definitely something to kind of keep, you know, aware of. Number 10, guys, number 10. So personality. So we have, you know, 2 boys that have very different personalities, and one thing that we have noticed and took note of is that one of our boys has a very strong personality, and the other one is just a lot more mild-mannered and calm. And so just understand that they are definitely not going to be alike. This goes back to the first one, which is comparisons. They are not alike. They will never be alike, and that's fine and that's okay. But I just want to make sure that I put that on there, because I even asked the boys' childcare provider, like, hey, like, how do they act when they are, you know, like in class together? And they said that they do great. Like, they don't really even interact with each other. They interact with a lot of other kids. So that tells me that how they're acting at school is a little bit different from how they act when they're at home. And so, you know, just be cognizant that, you know, they are toddlers. They may be multiples, but they are different, and they're gonna have different personalities, they're gonna have different needs, they're gonna have different wants, and they're gonna be interested in different things. Guys, that is the 10 tips that I have for surviving a toddlerhood with twins or multiples, or even singles. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you find this video helpful. Again, I will be having some more videos for just some things that I wish people would have told me, some things that I've kind of learned along the way. So yeah, so if you guys like this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and leave a comment below, guys, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys, so that you are notified every time we drop a new video. So until next time, you guys have a great day.